Good afternoon, this is Gary with BTTFParts.com, bringing you another update for the Delorean conversion. I believe it's been a while since the last update. The last update was the speedometer conversion for the car. Since then I've got the speedometer, it's been installed in the front dash. I'll have a little update on that later. But for now I wanted to show you a little bit of the rear engine vents. Some of you asked for a couple more details on that, and particularly on the back end of the car. So here we go. The engine vents are more or less finished. Have a couple screw details that need to go in around the black rubber gusset plates and also on the sides of the vents. These vents are accurate to the vents that you'd see in part 1 in that they return under the rear fascia up near the tail lights. As you can see right there, they actually follow the contour shape of the fascia itself. So we'll work our way around, show the plutonium reactor, which you saw earlier. It's now been installed along with the vent, the little T195 vent, which goes in right here. Some of the other detailing: the janitrol tank is located along with a mock-up of the red crossover tube. It's not accurate, but it's pretty darn close. So we have the 0 aluminum enclosure cans with the heatsink mounted on top, the power supply transformer for the back. Still missing one little detail right here, which is going to be a little black, basically a black squared rectangular piece. Still need to fabricate that. We have the blue cans and the atom mufflers, followed by 2 more 0 canned enclosures. These are 5 by 5 by 7, I believe. I think between the 3 0 cans you were looking at probably $250 to $300 for the 3. A little overpriced, but they're not bad. Then you can see we've got the rear conduits all installed on both sides. Next up for that is going to be the EL wiring and the polycarbonate tubing to mimic the neon that you'd see on the original car. Now let me show you a little bit about how we get to the engine on this. As you can see, we mentioned earlier we had the flux return bands, and they block up a little bit of the car. So what we have to do is we have to get around that. On the original car, they unbolted those. On this car, we have a slightly different technique, and I'll show you that in here in just a second. To open the rear engine deck of the Delorean Time Machine, for the film cars, they'd actually unbolt the 2 lower louvers on the vents, which you can see right here and here. There was a series of Allen bolts which went into each vent, and they'd take that off, and that way they could pull the engine deck up. In this case, I didn't want to have to take them off all the time, so I engineered a set of slide systems in each vent, which allows them to move back 2 or 3 inches to clear the fascia on the back of the car. And I'll show you that now. You see both vents will move out. To open the deck, we don't use gravity. We're actually going to let the engine latch, the Delorean stock engine latch, do the work. But because of the bulkheads that are in the back of the car, we had to relocate that. And I know a friend of mine put his right up here in the reactor core, where you'd open up the top, pull it open, and it'd do the job. I went ahead and reducted it here to the front side of the bands, which I'll grab down here. You just got to reach under, pull it, and then the engine deck will release, and up you go. So there you go, and then you've got the Delorean engine and also the venting systems, which will allow air to escape off the engine deck and won't cause the car to overheat. So then we'll just set it back, it'll latch, take the engine pieces, we'll slide them forward, and you're back to doing whatever you're doing. So next update is going to be the EL wiring, which will be here on the back of the car, and also the stainless steel mesh that will go over that and some of the wiring harnesses. So till next time, this is Gary with BTTFParts.com signing off, and have a good day.